One of the other people I interviewed talked about, and this is a bit before your time, the kind of culture of the students, and nobody put on any airs, and it was common for them to wear their, I guess, their engineering boots. They wear them all the time.
Right.
Basically.
Yeah, and you're always carrying your slide rule on your belt.
So how was that for? That sounds like a pretty masculine kind of culture.
It was. And again, it was like, I don't know how to say it exactly. It was like, oh, I want to do this, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And, people I think kind of probably made fun of me for a while, but eventually they realized that I was serious about it.
Yeah.
That I wasn't just there to find a husband.
Right.
I was there to get a degree in mining engineering and work as a mining engineer.
Yeah, yeah. So if you had conversations with people, I mean, did you establish friendships with
Oh, yeah.
classmates and things?
And I still
Yeah.
kind of keep up with a few of them.
Yeah, and so I guess they just didn't know what to make of you.
That's true. That's true.
Right. And
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they called women pigs, and and I had this comment one time. This guy kept looking at me, and he says, "You're feminine." I said, "Yeah," but I didn't know what he was talking about. I sort of knew.
Yeah.
But it was like, they expected women engineers to be these big, hulky,
Butch,
bulky,
yes,
sort of, people, and I didn't fit their viewpoint of what a woman engineer ought to look like.
Right. Right. They would assume
Not
that
only that, I like to wear frilly blouses, and and I love embroidery. And
Wonderful.
in a way, I kind of did that deliberately.
You had a persona.
Yeah.
And that was a way to sort of kind of stake out some territory identity-wise, right? You can't pin
Right.
me down.
Yeah.
I'm here to work.
I don't need to be able to lift a jack leg by myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So,
But with help and with somebody else, when there was another woman there that I got to be really good friends with, and she and I took a lot of mining courses together, and she was a geologist and also started taking mining courses and ended up getting a dual degree, one in geology and one in mining. And she and I took the school mining course together. And between the two of us, we could carry a jackleg down the drift.
how much does a jackleg weigh?
More than I do.
Wow.
Probably 75, 100 pounds.
Right.
And it's all dead weight. And it's a big long thing
Right.
with an arm.
Right. So there's the.
So
It's unruly and awkward as well as
yeah,
heavy.
very much.
Right.
But she and I could carry it down the drift, and we would take it.
Right.
And there is an interesting story there too, because in the first class, Sam Shaw was the professor, and we all were sitting outside the mine, and he says, "Well, it's really hard to get A's in this class. If you've worked in a mine for a couple of summers, you might get an A. But otherwise, don't expect A's here."
Mm-hmm.
So Pat and I just, we loved it.
Yeah.
We just had such a good time. We tried everything, we did everything. I came up with an idea of, I want to take pictures take photos underground. So she and I did that. Well, we ended up getting A's. And, we couldn't hardly handle one of those jacklegs by ourselves, but we got A's. But I think it was because of our enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And our willingness to try everything, and just be part of the group.
Yeah. Yeah. And you did everything with gusto, and you learned about the different aspects of the mine.
Oh, yeah.
And was it I mean, we could go on the gender track for a while, talking about how you're kind of entering the quote man's world, and there's that excitement, I suppose. Mm-hmm. But more than that, just there's an excitement about this is the real thing.
Yeah, and I even hate to say like entering a man's world, right, because to me that isn't what it was at all. Yeah. It was like, wow, I really like this stuff. I'm really interested in it, and this is what I want to do.
Yeah,
and being male or female didn't seem to have anything to do with it.
Yeah. Even though there's all that coding.
There were certain reactions
Yeah.
that came around that reflected that gender difference.
Mm-hmm.
But still, I think I was more focused on, let's do the work.
Yeah.
You know, hey, I want to learn about this, and oh, this is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the dust is blowing all over the place, and I'm trying to climb up a raise, and you know, but I loved it.